probably wondering what I'm doing out here in the winter time, but I've got spring fever, and I was just out here in the garden getting some of the last potatoes, which I'm going to show you. We're going to head down here. We're going to show you some of the potatoes I grew. So you got a couple potatoes that I pulled out, and I decided, you know, I'm going to plant some fava beans. And you might be wondering, what are fava beans? Well, in England, they're also called broad beans, and they're Mediterranean origin. But they're not true beans. The true beans, which we think of, and their relatives, beans and peas, our garden beans and peas that we grow during the summer, are Phaseolus, which is the genus name. These are actually called Vicia, and they're related to the vetches, and so it kind of sounds like that. Vicia sounds a little bit like vetch, and that's the Latin name. Vicia faba is the name of the fava bean, and it's spelled F-A-V-A. And the one way you can tell a fava bean from regular beans is usually a regular bean. You kind of think of the shape when you see a cartoon picture, has the curve and has the little node where it connects in to the pod right in the center. Well, look on the fava bean, it's actually on the top, right up here. So that's how you can tell a fava bean. The other interesting thing about fava beans is that they're really versatile. Now, we mentioned the other beans. You can use them like peas. If you harvest them young, you can use them as pods, cook them. You can shell them when they're young, like little peas, use them in any pea recipe. You can also dry them. You can shell them when they're larger. And they've been used in similar ways as chickpeas, which are also called ceci beans in Italy, and also garbanzo beans in the other areas of the world. And they were originally, hummus and falafels were actually originally made with fava beans before garbanzo beans were used. And then also soybeans, they're only second in protein content to soybeans. And you can also make all the soybean products you can make also with fava. You can make the milk like soy milk, they may have fava milk in Europe, and you can also make tofu and things like that. But the best part about it, one more thing, you can also eat the greens like spinach. You can either cook them or you can put them in salads. But the best thing about them is that they like cool weather. They can take even cooler weather than peas. So we're out here in the winter planting fava beans. So I'm going to show you how. These are some fava beans that I harvested last year. Let them dry out. And you're going to plant them about 1 to 2 inches deep and about 3 to 5 inches apart in rows 1 foot apart. So I just come out, the bed's already prepared, and I just use my finger, and I usually go down to the first or second digit, and I just kind of go in, go down, put the finger in, drop it in, close it over, pat it down. Next one, drop it in, close it over, pat it down, and just right on down the line. You can make the holes ahead of time, then pop them in, and close them over. Now you're actually going to get beans probably when you're just starting to plant your garden beans. You're actually going to see fava, and you can plant these in the fall as well. You don't have to wait until late winter, but any time is good. You'll just harvest them at different times. So I hope you'll give fava beans a chance this year. If you can't find them locally, they're available at a lot of different vendors that sell online or through mail order. So look in your seed catalogs and you may find fava beans there. Until next time, this is Peter Punzi, Horticulture Guy. Live long and garden.